Zwerner's $40 million lawsuit can now move forward as scheduled. This comes after the Virginia Court of Appeals declined to hear an appeal in the case. She's a teacher shot by her Rich Neck Elementary School student last January. That decision comes after the court declined to hear the Newport News School Board's appeal of a judge's ruling allowing Zwerner to take her case to trial. Sarah Hammond explains.
The path is now clear for former Rich Neck Elementary School teacher Abby Zwerner's lawsuit to head to a jury trial next year. Her 6-year-old student shot her in her classroom, and the lawsuit alleges school administrators were warned about the boy having a gun. Friday, the Virginia Court of Appeals declined to hear the Newport News School Board's appeal that could have stopped the lawsuit from going to trial. In November, Judge Matthew Hoffman sided with Zwerner's attorneys to allow the case to go to trial, rejecting the school board's claim that Zwerner's only remedy for her injuries was filing a workers' compensation claim. Though the judge allowed the board to appeal his ruling before the trial, the division now will have to wait until that trial wraps up to take that argument to the appeals court. Zwerner's attorneys applauded the decision, saying in a statement, quote, "This is another important victory in a string of victories for Abby Zwerner that paves the way for her finally having her day in court." On the other side, attorney Ann Loren, representing the school board, said they knew the option was a long shot, saying, quote, "We firmly believe that the Supreme Court of Virginia will ultimately rule that Ms. Zwerner's workplace injuries fall under the exclusive jurisdiction of Virginia's Workers' Compensation Act." While Zwerner said from the beginning she did not want workers' compensation benefits, the school division filed on her behalf. Zwerner's attorneys calling the move a, quote, "insult" in a previous interview.
We haven't seen something like this happen where you have your civil case going forward in the circuit court and then the employer turns around and files for workers' compensation.
In that same interview, Zwerner's team said delaying the trial any longer is in no one's best interest.
Justice sometimes is a long road, but it bends in the right direction. And ultimately, we're ready for the fight at whatever level and whatever courtroom that we have to take it in order to accomplish that for her.
Many believe the case will ultimately end up in front of Virginia's Supreme Court, and a ruling in the school board's favor could nullify the outcome of the trial. Sarah Hammond, 13 News Now.
The jury trial is now slated to begin January 21st, 2025, which will mark just over 2 years since the shooting.